Ag Tech Dog Walk here today. And, well, it's October 1st. So, another month. So here we go. And one that'll be, the kids are going to be playing on the farm and pumpkin patches and flying through the corn and all that fun stuff. And that's all great and fun, though, that's one thing. That's what a lot of people see of agriculture. But many of us also know that it is kind of a weird time right now. And, that's a hard thing to showcase while trying to be positive on the outlook and trying to get things done. There's a lot of negative sentiment. And I get that. You know, everybody has been used to the same kind of story and plan. Things for the most part in agriculture have been, I don't know, generally fine, normal. Uh, the normal processes work, the normal trade works, the normal campaigns work, the normal sales cycles work, blah, blah, blah. Same equipment kind of happens over and over. Yeah, there's little bumps in the roads. And even if there is kind of a mini downturn, it's like a year or two. And then it kind of cycles out of itself. And it's very variable, don't get me wrong. Clearly now, though, is a totally different can of worms. And the more I've been talking to people, it's been like, oh, how the heck do I, what do I do? I, the normal plan didn't work. Like I've been dealing and talking to more people on the kind of ag media side, as that's kind of where I'm kind of building myself up and some new ideas and a lot of good things potentially there. But there's a lot of people that are scared because the big guns are cutting their budgets, for advertising or data they need, stuff like that. Clearly, on the ag technology side, it's looked like as one of the things that people will cut first because it's not a necessity. It depends what you mean on that, but like newer things that are not adopted really, and of course, to me, I think that's the wrong thing to do. And for all these other groups that have been kind of used to the norms, you have to look at this different and reset, I think, probably everything, because it's not just the current year. I think we're at a precipice where basically the same thing that most have been doing, the same just process. You might be selling the same product, but the process you go about it and the tools you use, the technology tools you use, and that can mean a lot of things. It could mean diving into some newer ways in a CRM, honestly, or a different way to use an ERP system. Uh, Using a more modern farm management software that has some newer features in it than the old, basically almost desktop software from years past. There's all these little things that are going to need to be done, if you ask me, to reach um, different heights in ag, or if you want to stay relevant, probably is actually probably more of the reality, because the old ways, the good old boys ways, is going away. Whether anyone likes it or not, people are retiring, people are getting out. Those kind of old methods are dying, and you want to stay relevant in agriculture for whatever you do. You have to use more technology, and while that can mean, like I said, a lot of different things, you have to embrace it more. And if you've been holding back, now's the time to really look into it, because if you don't, you might get left behind. And for those that actually sell the technology, as I've been kind of illustrating, you have to talk about it differently. It is not the same efficiency gains and yield increase gains and all this. It's a different story. It's a risk story. And for the businesses that are doing their normal things, like I've been talking about here, it's the risk of staying relevant as all these things change and shift. So I have plenty of ideas on how to do that. I know some things that definitely can work. Some are probably a little scary, don't get me wrong, but I've seen them work in different capacities. And I think the time is now to kind of double down on some of those parts. These, you got to start. You can't just wean into it almost. You have to jump in. Because honestly, if you don't, I think you're going to have a really tough time. Whether you're a farmer, you're an agronomist, you're some ag business, you're an ag retailer, you're in the ag media side, you are a ag tech company, you are in crop insurance, you are a banker, you are a grain marketer, whatever. I don't care what it is. If you are not embracing and looking for and trying to find and fit how tech can really help you, you're going to get left behind. I can help you there if you want. So reach out. But otherwise, this is just my friendly advice. Get to it. We've got a lot of time left here. And it's going to maybe get worse. So figuring this out now is better. Talk to you later.